Time to clear dual raid as well.
7k dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be looking at dual raid and we'll be attempting to clear it as quickly as we can. So this is currently my team and I'll explain on the way why I'm using these units. For the first unit, Espada, she has on her passive what Rachel usually does, which is to increase damage dealt to all enemies by 70% and also in dual raid decrease defense of all enemies by 70%. So basically you don't have to cast an extra skill, and over time when I was testing this, I realized that each skill queue mattered a lot because right now the turn system is such that when you use one skill, it takes up one entire turn, okay? So a lot of buffs are limited to that time period and you have to make sure you use as little skills as possible. So Espada having this on her passive is very good. And then Lina here is to boost crit rate, of course, as usual. Bai Jiao here is used to boost lethal rate, and Seek over here doesn't really do much except to lower skill cooldown whenever he does his regular attacks. Okay, so after you have queued for Lina's crit increase, basically every single turn, every single skill left is Sebastian's, okay? And you have to prioritize his awaken skill because it hits a lot harder, about 1,000,000 if your lethal and crit actually proc. Okay, otherwise it will just hit about 600 or less, 600,000 or less. So another thing to point out is that the speed order of this team matters a lot. Highest speed goes to Espada. Second highest should be Sebastian. This is so that he can actually increase his awakening gauge quickly, because in an ideal situation, technically after he uses both his skills, okay, he should be on cooldown. So when it is his turn to do his speed attack, he can actually increase his awakening gauge and activate his awaken skill. So hence this speed order is recommended. After a lot of testing, this is what I would say, okay? So another thing is you will realize that Lina's skill is actually ready, but she is not using it. And why is this the case? Because the buff is still active. So this is a very smart change they have made, okay, Netmarble has made, such that Lina will only use her skill when it is turn 11, which means when the buff is actually going to be over. So Sebastian can safely use all his skills in the meantime without any interruption from Lina. Hence, it is very important for you to keep Lina because towards the end, you will definitely exceed 12 turns. You will see in a couple of matches later, usually I will hit about turn 16 or turn 17 even, and of course the timing will not be this fast. This is probably my fastest run. So another thing to take note is that sometimes Numo Wang does have some basic block rate. So this block rate, if it gets triggered, your Sebastian will not quit. And I think that is really due to RNG because it does happen but doesn't often happen, okay? So yeah, these are two of my other matches. I just want to show you guys the timing. So it can vary quite a bit, about 30 seconds difference. And then I will proceed to tell you about my heroes' equipments. So I'll start with Sebastian, okay? I've given him lethal and crit, okay? This I find to be the best situation because if you want to count his crit, let's start with crit. He gets 50% boost from Lina, 20% boost here, and my guild buff gives 30%, so that's already 100%. I don't have to boost his crit rate anymore. For lethal rate, his passive gives 20% increase. However, you see that I'm using Bai Jiao here. Bai Jiao actually increases lethal rate by 30%, so this will override the 20% on Sebastian's passive. Here we have 20%, so that's 50% already, including Masteries and my trait, lethal trait and my lethal jewel. His total lethal rate should hit about 97%. So I'm really hoping that the 3% won't come to me, okay? So yes, so this is basically my setup for him. Double HP, lethal skill cooldown, and crit and lethal damage, and of course increased crit damage on the accessory. So I don't have the magic attack increase for Fighter Soul, so I give him defense, so that's something you can just take note. And I also give him stun resist because that's very important. You don't want him to be stunned by Numo Wang, okay? For Bai Jiao, basically, it is invested in pure defense. Okay, so there's block rate, there's defense, Fighter Soul, there's reduced damage received for offensive, no point there. There's also green jewels, a lot of green jewels, defense, accessory, and max HP armor. For Espada, same thing, also invested in defense. She's only there for her passive after all, so you just need her to live. For Lina, so again, you also want her to live up till turn 11, and I've given her skill cooldown. I'm not sure if you will actually need it. I don't think you do. So the rest are all invested in defense and also status resist, because you don't want her to get stunned as well. And lastly, for Sig, you also don't want him to get stunned and also invested in defense, so he will do normal attacks just to reduce Sebastian's cooldown. And I think that's basically it, okay? So for my Masteries, this is basically my Mastery setup. It's all flanked to the left mostly, okay? I don't want too much counter because I tried using counter, using Ares in fact, and it actually took up quite a bit of time. So that's why I'm not using Ares, but you can definitely use Ares over Sig as well. So increased lethal rate is more important for Sebastian because his crit is already at 100%. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped. Do let me know if you have any issues with dual rate. And of course, I'm not even sure if this is the best team and best timing. So in case you get a better timing and you have better thoughts on a better team, do let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more useful guides coming your way. Thank you so much and see you!